Carmela, do you like your new toy? Oh goodness.
I am a carnation. Let me show you.
It doesn't have pedals yet, does it?
Oh no. Ah!
Hey guys, so since Carmelo got a new toy today, this is going to be a very loud video. This is like kind of a follow-up to the last video I did about homeschooling, and I was going to reorganize all of their homeschooling stuff. So I'm going to show you how I reorganized everything, what I think is the plan for the rest of the year, homeschooling wise for us, and also some of the things that we have around the house, resources, supplies that I have. Hi. So I don't have a dedicated homeschool room. I don't really find that it's necessary, especially because I don't want to contain their schooling to just like one part of the house. I think they should be exposed to it like throughout the house. So really, like, we're homeschooling, so our entire house is a learning experience for them. As you can tell right here, first example is the periodic table poster. I love educational posters. The kids really love them too. So I have a lot of them throughout the house, and I'll show you some of these. I put this one right here. Carmen, why do you have out the whipped cream? Never-ending craziness. But the reason why I put the periodic table here was because it's right by the couch, and this is like Carmelo's favorite place to relax, and he's really into the periodic table, so it's a nice, comfortable place for us to sit and talk about it. We can read it easily because of the such fine print on it. So I'll show you some other stuff. In my last video, if you watched it, we're going to focus on the states and the geography of the United States. Learning about each state in depth. So I found this huge poster at Dollar Tree. It's very big. Like, look. Hi. How big it is. So this is just like in our dining area. I think the quality of the posters at Dollar Tree are awesome. Yes, they rip a little easily, so they're a little thin, but I just buy like a couple at a time, so I have a backup in case anything happens. So that one's right here, very close to the floor, so it's at eye level for the kids to see, and they've run to it and talked about the states by themselves. Like I said, this is why I like to have educational resources all around the house. Exposure learning is awesome. The more that kids are exposed to things, the quicker they're going to learn, the more interested they're going to be hands-on. This is my signing time poster. I actually have, as you see, it says volume 4. I have all 4 of the posters in there, and I just can open it up and rotate them out. I haven't rotated this one out for a while. Living room. Hi, Carmelo. Don't mind our mess. This is Hito's creative process of how he goes about making his pipe cleaner creations. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out a better way to store all these. I had them in the bucket. They no longer fit. So I'm gonna try to put them in this bigger box and see if that works out.
No, you don't.
But anyway, coming into the living room. So we have 2 bookshelves. This bookshelf is all of like adult books. We have some reference books. This is all the kids stuff, really. So these are all. Oh, I need more light in here. Goodness, I didn't realize it's so dark in this room.
Instagram. So.
Okay, that's better. So this bottom shelf, because Eva's the smallest, is all of her books I put on there. All of these books, kids books, reading books. We have read all of these.
And girl books.
And girl books, lots of girl books. And they love to go through all my Japanese books too. All of these are like the 5-minute story books, nighttime books. We have read through all these too, multiple times actually, probably like up to 3 times for a lot of them. And then, you know, we read that one, and this is just too big to put on any other shelf. This science encyclopedia set that I got for just a few dollars at our library. We have not started reading these, so that will be coming up pretty soon. We're probably going to start reading through these. I have a lot of magnet boards because the kids to get them to write, it's really good to have different surfaces and instruments for them to write. You want yours? Now that I mentioned it, Carmelo wants his. Yeah. And then I just have all of their like coloring books.
Carmelo is trapped, right?
We have old Judy clock. These are just books that either I don't want them to rip up or they've already ripped up, so I have to fix those. These are just kind of busy things, crafts. I have a lot of flashcards in this one, so that's all, I think all my flashcards. A lot of dry erase boards, puzzles, that kind of stuff is up here. And anything that I don't want the kids to really have access to. I know a lot of other people have like art centers for the kids to always have available for the kids to use, like crayons, paints, all of that. But to relieve my frustration of having to clean up messes and to spare the kids from getting in trouble if they may get into things without thinking and make a huge mess, I put those high up or in the garage. So I have like some paints up here. These cases have markers in them, so pens, markers, crayons, paints. I do not have those accessible to the children. They have to request those. And then I have an 18-gallon bucket in the garage full of all of their science experiment supplies and other art supplies, a lot of other paints. And then way up high is where I have all of the other things, markers, especially like these bins have permanent markers in them, so I have all their art supplies. This is carrying color pencils. I have one thing of crayons. This one has pens and permanent markers. This one has all pencils, and then the dry erase bin. I do have these writing tablets too, the electronic writing tablets, but those are like $20 a piece, so that's why I keep those up high so that they cannot break those. But that also gets the kids a lot more interested in writing. Into the bedroom. So this is really our...
Hey, Mama.
Hi, baby.
I made my favorite book.
Okay.
Second.
So this is like the quiet room, the reading room.
Hey, I don't have that pillow in here.
And this, as you can see,
Mommy, you forgot Daddy's pillow.
is just full of educational posters and other kinds of pictures all around the room. I don't have room for anything else in here. This reading nook, I absolutely love. I'm so glad I found it. Carmelo was overjoyed when I put it together, and I surprised him with it. He came in here and would just sit on the bench all day long for the first couple of weeks. He just comes in here still and sits here and takes out the books and looks at them. So this was an awesome purchase. It's not that big, but so it can't hold all of our books. So out there we have like 2 full shelves still of children's books, and then this was all of the rest of them. So these were a lot of the ones that we read at night. So all of these, science, nonfiction, fiction, other kids' books, all of these we've read. And all the ones out there, except for the encyclopedias, are books that we've read already. These are all the books up next to read that we're going to go through right now. So whatever book we're reading at night now, I have on top, which is The American Presidents.
You can read that, but...
Okay. It is very in-depth. A lot of information about each president.
I can put this right here.
Okay.
So you can read this one.
Oh, you want me to read that one too? So yeah, she knows that this is where the books that we're reading go. So she wants to read her little book. But it gives a lot of information about every president. It's like textbook style. But this is their nighttime book, and we get through 1 or 2 presidents a night. So once we finish that, we'll pick out some more books from here and start reading those. And some of these I did not take down the bottom, so that can kind of get annoying that they're moving all the time. But the reason why I didn't was because they have things on the back, so if I wanted to see if like we were working on anything and I needed ideas of activities to do that pertain to the posters, I could see those. All of them have this. But these are the ones from the Dollar Tree, and they don't have anything on the back, so I fully put those again on the wall on all four corners.
I'm on 2 books.
In that book?
In that book.
Okay. The only place that we really don't have anything educational is the master bedroom. We do have one world map, but the master bedroom is kind of dark, so and we don't really spend time in there learning, so there's no use of putting anything in there. And also the hallway, there's bare walls, but we also don't spend time just sitting in the hallway. So I don't think it's of any use to put anything on the walls in here. Maybe I'll move decorations in here so I can have more room in the living room to put up posters. And then in the toy room, the only thing educational we have is this large world map with all of the flags on it. I found this one at Hobby Lobby for like $10, I think. This was one of the first ones, and it comes already laminated, so it's a really nice quality. I like that one. I want more of these because I like the bigger size ones where you can like really see everything. But this room, also pretty bare. We have a couple of other pictures. But I think I'm gonna move like those Marvel pictures in here because they don't really belong with all of the educational posters. Okay, and the very last thing I'm going to show you, to not ramble on and the kids are still really loud and it's dinner time. So, this is where I told you in my previous videos where we have basically all of their real homeschool stuff. So all the other ones are just like books, references, craft supplies, other things like that. But this is actually just like the workbooks, what we've used school-wise the most. So this was the crate that I was using, and I took all the files and I just organized all the materials that I have printed into subjects and grades, so I know what I have, so it's easier to know where I need to fill in for the future. Like I showed you again on the previous video, is that like I have stuff printed already for up to like grades 6 and even possibly like some high school things. So this is where I can store all of those papers and my important homeschooling documents in here.
And action!
We've been filming for like 10 minutes already. So I did all of that so I can more easily, I still have to label them or something, I don't know. I'm not too big into labels. It just takes so long to label things, and then I end up changing what I'm doing, and then I'm like, I don't want to have to redo labels also. So I don't do labels on the homeschooling stuff or anything that I know I'm going to probably reorganize in the future. And these are the bins for each of the kids. So what I did was I put all of the workbooks and other loose leaf papers or anything else that are
Action!
that are, you know, that pertain to whatever level that they are at for different subjects in here. So like I said, we're going to work on Atlas, learning about the states, and I have his math books. Everything in there is the same. In each bin, I also have a calculator,
and action!
a ruler.
About these spaces.
I have our reference book here.
Hey.
Then I showed you before, I had these desktoppers. They're stickers, and I didn't know what to do with them because we don't have a desk or a table or anywhere that we were really going to sit and do work. We do work all around the house, so it just depends.
5 and action!
On like where they're comfortable that day. So I can just pick up their entire bin and take it to whatever room we're gonna work in, either the toy room, the bedroom, on the rug in the living room, actually like at the kitchen table, in the kitchen. It doesn't matter. I can just take their stuff wherever easily like this. And so I was gonna put this on like the reference folder or something, but it was way too long. So like Hito stuff, I can take everything out, set it to the side, which isn't much, and I can flip this upside down, and he has a workable surface that he can see those table toppers on, and it's firm enough that he could write on it also with dry erase markers.
Mommy, make it all my stuff.
You want all your stuff? And then also just in this general area, I have the sheet protectors because I'll use those in the reference book, and then also you can use these if you have like worksheets, which I've done before. You put the worksheet in here, and then you use a dry erase marker to write on it and complete the worksheets, and then you can just wipe it off, and so you can reuse worksheets, which is good if you have multiple children or you want to redo something without having to have hundreds of prints of it. And lastly, I have laminated sheets. I don't laminate a lot of things, but whenever I do, I have those right here handy for me to use. There's no tornadoes. I need to get a whole like book about tornadoes for him. I think he's gonna be a meteorologist because he's obsessed with tornadoes right now. But that was it. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much. Trying to think with children screaming is always fun. So for Carmelo, it's a lot of reading this year that we're going to be doing, and working on the handwriting. So
pretty.
and counting coins. For Eva, we're going to just work on basic preschool stuff.
This is my homework.
And that's your homework. Yes.
This is my princess homework.
And she is mostly doing like all the workbooks that I mostly got from Dollar Tree. She also is still doing the ABC Mouse, Endless Academy, and Starfall on her tablet every single day. And then for Hito, he's doing some workbooks, again a lot of reading, and then a lot of being read to, still working on his handwriting, and he is doing Adventure Academy pretty much every single day also. So that's our plan. I can't like break it down structurally like what we're gonna do every single day, because it's just kind of whatever we fit into the day. Time wise, for her age, like preschool, you really shouldn't be doing. Yes, you really shouldn't have to be doing more than like 30 minutes a day. But she'll be on those educational apps for hours if I let her. And then, so it's like really, I only have to work like 15 minutes with her a day. And then the boys, a lot of things that they do, I can combine the time that I'm doing it with them because they're almost on the same level. And so, so that cuts down on time. So really, I'm not sitting down and schooling with them more than an hour, hour and a half a day. And that's 3 different ages, some of the same levels, yes. Carmelo, I really can't get him onto the learning apps anymore. He doesn't want to go on to the apps anymore on his tablet, so I don't know if I'm going to have him doing any of the educational apps this year. But yeah, so she wants to do some work, and it's dinner time. So until next time, guys. Bye. Goodbye.
Bye. I can do my homework. I want to do my homework.
Okay.
Want you help me do it?
Yes.
No.
We need to eat.
No.
I'm hungry.
Please.
What are we gonna do? What are we doing?
Doing this.
More homework?
Yeah.
We have to do an entire book?
Yeah. Want you help me do it?
Okay. You're doing really good, you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so smart.
Ooh.